Good morning. It is Thursday, which means that today is meditation Q&A, question and answers. I actually didn't get any questions this week, so I'm just going to give some answers. Or, actually what I'm going to do is just give an update on some of the things I'm thinking about in my practice this week. So the intent for these Thursday videos is to set aside some of the other subjects or discussions that I go over in other videos and kind of return to the core, which is the practice. And my practice this week is actually very influenced by the first video of this week, the video on Monday, which was the principle of aspiration of practice. And so I've been spending the week, and I'll finish tomorrow with the fourth. I have 4 principles of practice, and the first of those is the cultivation of this intersection between understanding of the self, the nature of self, and kind of exploration of the vast mystery of the cosmos or phenomena, and experiencing that intersection. And so for me this week, that's been an exercise in a couple things, in stabilization and in presence. In the morning, it's a bit of context. For many years, my morning practice has been Ngondro. That's spelled Ngondro. And in the Tibetan practices, I think all Tibetan practices, but the school I study with is Bon, Ngondro practices are kind of the foundational chants that really lay out the summary of the teachings. So there are 9 of them. And just to run through a couple of them, there's Guru Yoga, where we visualize not just our teacher, but the lineage of the teachings, and then that positions me in that lineage. Generating heart and mind of compassion, taking refuge. Like those 3 are sort of the core constituent daily practice. And then there are others that I would usually do. There's a sort of a clarifying confessional practice. There's contemplation of impermanence. There's heart mantras that are, I think, unique to Bon, but are part of the Ngondro. Anyway, these are chants and visualizations that act on different levels, but one of them is educational, right? You go through the chants and we are reminded of the core teachings. So educational. There's a energetic sense, because regardless of the content, I approach those prayers with mindfulness and with focus. So it's training in non-distraction. And then the sort of experiential, which is this authentic presence that emerges, or perhaps is constituent to the meditative posture, the outcome of non-distraction. Anyway, so I've set those aside. I thought about this quite a lot, and I found that I was worried about it, which was an indicator that perhaps this was a good idea, was for a while, a week or two, don't do the Ngondro. Just start with the open presence. Because Because normally what I would do is, excuse me, begin my practice with Nundro, and then later in the day, still in the morning, maybe mid-morning, sit a second time and maybe listen to one of the daily meditations from the guided meditations from Sam Harris's Waking Up app, which I find very conducive, very much aligned with the cultivation of natural state practices. And then in the evenings, practice some other practices. But I feel that I need to let go of the defined practices for a while. I will never not practice Nundro. We call it the foundational practices, but they are the guardrails, the support, the definition of what it is to be a practitioner. But for this week, I sit and am just focused on the breath, like really going back to the core practice of non-distraction. And then at a certain point, when I can really feel the panorama of phenomena within that space, then I let go of even the focus on the breath. And when I find myself wobbling in that, what I'm introducing just for this week is a very gentle mantra where I breathe in a word like roles. Roles like my role as a meditator, or my role as an employee at the bank, or my role as any of the roles, right? My role as a teacher, my role as a musician. Breathe that in, and then exhale presence. So breathe in labels, breathe out presence. Breathe in definition, breathe out presence. And allow that mantra to reframe my stability, and then let that go and reside in the presence. So that gentle association of an additional direction with the breath is in alignment with what I'm trying to do. Just a gentle reminder, just the most not delicate, but the lightest of touches. Labels, presence, and then sit with the presence and just experience it. I'm not looking for anything. And you can imagine, right? Like if you're a meditator, you can imagine the kind of noise that's going on all the time. Images from videos I may have watched yesterday. Imagined conversations with people that I disagree with. Good ideas about what to do at work. But none of those are vanishing. This practice isn't to suppress those, but what it is to allow the focus to be on the space within which these things are held. And with that is this sort of enormous confidence in the unfolding of the remainder of the practice, of the day, of the cycle of my life that I'm in right now, that there really is an intersection of the moment, the mystery, and the self. So, all right. That's enough of that for today. If you have questions about meditation practice, please drop that note in the comments here, and or send me an email, or however, or telepathically transmit a message. And I'll do what I can every Thursday to pull those up and spend a bit of time just talking about them. The dialogue, the opportunity to share experiences, I think is really important and not always available in formal training practice. So keep your wits about you. We have a stormy day today, and I may not be going out with the dogs after this, what I usually do. But it's raining quite hard, and it's thunder and lightning, and none of us, neither of my dogs nor myself, like walking in thunder and lightning. So I might just stay in and get a head start on the day.